Welcome back. In this module, what I want to do is just do a quick little walkthrough to show you how to create a shipment in Seller Central. Now, there's a lot of advanced features here where you can upload flat files and shipment files, and there's a ton of advanced features, but I'm just going to show you the little basics just so you have a general idea of how this process works. So let's take a look here. So if you go into Seller Central, I've logged into the Project X account here on Seller Central, and one of the things that you got to be aware of are your limitations on what you can and can't ship in. And so where you'll find that is if you come under this inventory tab right here and you come down to inventory planning. See where it says inventory planning right there? If you click on that and then you go into restock inventory right here where it says restock inventory at the top, you're going to see on the page, and let me zoom this up at the very bottom of the page, there's something called restock limit. So you can see here where it says restock limits, and you can see here this particular account on standard size, 1,070 of 2,623 units are being used. So the maximum shipment quantity right now of all items, not just any one item, all items is 1,553. Oversized, not using any of them, 0 of 1,000. So and then apparel storage, which most of it's not going to apply to most of you, but this particular account does have some apparel. So 192 of 1,000 are being used. 808 more could actually be shipped in. So that's where you can actually see your limitations. You'll also get warnings if you try to ship in more than what you can ship in. Amazon will actually come back and tell you, hey, you can't ship this many in. You need to make an adjustment. So if you're going to actually ship something in, you come under the inventory tab here. If we're going to ship this into Amazon and manage FBA inventory. You'll click on Manage FBA Inventory, and let's just say I want to ship in some more of these geese chicken coop egg racks right here. Let's say we're running out of stock. You can see here right now over here, we have 88 available. And let's say I know that I'm about to do some sort of promotion or about to do some more keyword ranking, so I need to get some more in stock. Remember what I talked about in one of the other modules is there's 88 available. It shows there's 0 inbound, none being reserved. There's 1 unfulfillable right now. That might have been a customer return or maybe something that got damaged. Amazon's not doing any research on them, and the total that's sitting in the warehouses at Amazon is 89. And then you'll see down here where that unfillable one's actually a defective unit. It says right here, and then you have the option to remove those. So if you don't automatically remove your returns, Amazon will do it for you. But you could actually come in here and actually remove that return. If I wanted to remove that return, I just click on that icon there. It'll take me to a page where I can choose, do I want to send it to a liquidation? It's a single item, probably not going to do that, but I can return it to myself or donate it to a charity, say a return to address, or I can choose to hit dispose, and Amazon will either discard it, actually truly throw it in the trash, or they'll donate it to a charity like a Goodwill or to someone else who buys liquidated return lots. And over here is where you'd actually enter the number that you're going to return, and Amazon will take care of that for you. They do charge you a small little fee. It's typically depends on the item, but anywhere from 30 to 60 cents to actually take care of that for you. They don't charge you the whole big, huge shipping fee. So let's go back to the Manage FBA Inventory, and actually let's go back to we have the geese chicken coop egg rack right here. And so let's say we're going to ship some more of these in. I've got these things are about 2 pounds a piece, and so when you're shipping into Amazon, you want to try to keep everything under 50 pounds. All your cases need to ideally be under 50 pounds. If it's over 50 pounds, you're going to have to put a sticker on it that says heavy, and there's some additional rules at Amazon. So I try to make sure everything is under 50 pounds, and you can't have more than 150 units in any case. So even if your case is, you're able to fit more in there, Amazon doesn't want you to have more than 150 units in any given case. But so if I want to ship some more of these in, I'm just going to click on this little box right here, the little checkbox. I can do one of two things. I can come up here under the action on one selected item and hit send replenish inventory, or I can come over here to the right hand side on this one where it says edit and actually do the same thing, send replenish inventory. Either one of these will work fine. So if I click on that, it's actually going to take me to the actually replenish inventory screen. And now I'm going to say that where are these shipping from? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say which address they're shipping from. So these are going to be shipping from my 3PL. So I'm just going to say this address here in Torrance, California. So that's the address they're shipping from. It can be your home address, it could be your warehouse, it could be your 3PL. In some cases, if your factory's in the U.S., it could even be your U.S. factory's address. The destination is the U.S. marketplace. This confirm that this is the actual item I'm shipping in. And what I'm going to be shipping in, I recommend you always try to ship in case quantities, not individual units. Individual units are more for people doing arbitrage and that kind of thing. So I'm going to say create new a case quantity template. If I already had a template created, I could actually, it would show up here and I could actually choose it. But since I don't have a template created that I've used in the past, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new case pack template. And so I'm just going to call this chicken coop case. And I know from my factory that there's 25 units in the box. I know that my case, this is not the size of the individual item, this is the size of the case. I know that the case is 18, let's say by 12 by 6, because that's what the factory has told me it is. The weight of the case is 48 pounds. Prep, if you need Amazon, if you meet any of those requirements, if it's a sharp item, if it's super small, if it's baby products, if you fall under any of these, you would want to actually select any of these kind of prep, if it's adult item or whatever have you, because they have to do some additional prep, but this one doesn't require any additional prep. Who labels the units? Who's putting the barcode on it? Since I have my UPC on these, I'm the seller will do it. If you want Amazon to actually put labels on, they're going to charge me 30 cents per label, as it says right here. If this had no labels or no barcode on it, they would charge 30 cents per label to do that. But since I already have my UPC or my FNSKU, you could have either one print on there. I'm just going to say by seller. And I'm going to hit save, and I might get an error here. You get a little warning. Amazon does a little bit of math behind the scenes, and they say that, hey, we know that these weigh a certain amount. This many should fit in the box. Are you sure this is correct? So if you get this little error, it's just it's not going to stop you from continuing to create this template. It's just going to say, hey, just double check your math and make sure this is right, because something based on what we know as the size and weight of this thing, it's not quite adding up. But I know this is correct, and Amazon's just thinking it might be something different. So I'm just going to say, okay, save, and I'm good. So after I save and say confirm and continue. So now you can see that it's actually here. Chicken coop case is right here. Sometimes you might actually have to refresh the page to actually get that to show up. I'm going to choose the chicken coop case template. I got 25 per box. I'm going to be shipping in 5 boxes of these. So I'm going to be shipping in 5 cases right now. So I'm going to enter the number of cases here, which is 125 units. If all this looks correct, I'm going to say ready to send. And then Amazon's going to do a little calculation here. So you can print the SKU labels if you want to label these yourself, but hopefully you've already had these printed on by your factory. They're already on your label, on your box. But if you needed to do that, you could print them right here. So if all this looks okay, I'm going to say confirm and continue. And I'm going to enter the shipping date, whatever date these are going to ship. Let's just say these are going to ship on July 30th. I can do small parcel, or I can do truckload. This is palletized. You can see the little picture here. It looks like they're on a little wood pallet, but these are individual cases. Well, this is just 5. I'm not going to put these on a mess with a truck and a pallet and everything on this. But if I did, you can see the rate would be $164. But if I send them in by small parcel, it's going to be $134. Now, this is Amazon's discounted rates, and they're going to deduct this from my fees, so from my seller account. So as I'm selling, they'll just take this out of the money that they owe to me. I don't have to pay this out of my pocket right now, and they'll only charge this once it actually ships. So if you actually never ship this item, they're actually not going to charge you the fees until the tracking numbers actually show up in the system. They're not going to actually charge you. So you can see here that they're actually having me ship this, all 5 boxes, that they're having me ship this all the way to Virginia. So that's one of the reasons this is costing so much. In some cases, they'll have you ship it to one location where it says shipment number 1. Some cases it may say shipment number 1, then they'll say shipment number 2, and then shipment number 3. But Amazon determines this. There is a way to actually do what's called inventory placement. That's a little bit more advanced, where you can actually pick the warehouse you want to send it to, and you pay an additional fee per unit. But I don't recommend that unless it's a very specific use case that you need to do that. So just go ahead and ship these according to what Amazon's plan is here. So they're going to have me ship all 5 of these to this one location. Now remember, I said sometimes this can be 2 or 3 shipments, so you have different labels that have to go on them. if I want to ship these on my own carrier, I could choose one of these others over here, and I would just end up paying for this out of my pocket. But I'd rather just use Amazon's preferred carrier and let Amazon mess with this and bill me for it. So I'm agreeing to that price. And you see over here, there's additional information. If everything looks good, I'm just going to say accept and continue shipping. And Amazon's going to create some labels for me. And they're going to create the UPS labels. They're going to create everything for me. So right now, you can see here that this is the shipment. It's going to have 5 different boxes, 125 units total. I can choose to either print these thermal if I have like a thermal printer, or if I have like a laser printer, I can choose the UPS letter, and then I can just hit print. So when I hit print, Amazon's going to actually create, you see here, the UPS labels. So you could print these directly to your printer, or you can just save these out as a PDF. So I could actually download this as a PDF and send that to my 3PL, or give that to my fulfillment center just by email, and they can print these out and send them. But this has all the UPS information on it, all the tracking numbers. It has all the information about your SKU. If these were going to multiple warehouses, if you had multiple shipments, this would say box 1 of 5 for this warehouse. You'd have another set of labels for each additional warehouse that you'd have to go through this process and print. So once you've actually printed the labels and done everything, you can actually go into your shipping queue. So if I come back over here to Amazon FBA inventory, and I can actually see right here where it says shipping queue, I can see the shipping queue. And you can see here, this is the one we just created. This is the shipment that we just created right here. And it's being worked on. Once it's actually shipped, you can actually come in here and mark it as shipped. If you need to take a look at it, you could click it open. If you need to cancel it or something, you can go in before it's actually shipped. You can go in and cancel. Here's the whole shipment again if you need to reprint the labels, and so on. So this is basically how you create a shipment in Seller Central. Hopefully this has been beneficial for you, and we'll see you in the next module.